Welcome back to County Connection. I'm Jason Gray, and I'm here today with Robert Henning, the director of the Rockpile Museum. And Robert is going to tell us about some of the upcoming museum events in September.
Yeah, thanks, Jason. We have September is always Archaeological Awareness Month, and so we do our best to put on some kind of event. For the last now 4 years this year, we've been trying to do an archaeology fair. They do one down in Laramie, but it's a little bit too far to drive for a one-day fair down there.
Sure.
So most people in this area of the state don't. So we said, well, can we do the same or similar type of event and teach about the archaeology of the Powder River Basin? So we've been trying to do that. We had terrible weather the first year, COVID the next year, and then hangover COVID the next year. And so we did some take-home bags for kids and families to do activities last year. And then this year we're going to try to do the fair in person again. It is an outdoor event, so weather is always a little bit, iffy. But we're going to do a theme this year surrounding Wyoming 1491.
Okay.
So we're going to use archaeology to tell about what life was like in the Powder River Basin before European contact.
Oh, okay.
So before trade beads, before the horse, which is kind of the real big one.
Sure.
And before teepees. So we're going to talk about pit houses. We're going to talk about seed processing, petroglyphs, and a few other activities. It's going to be very activity based. So we want folks to come and do things and learn that way versus lectures or talks or presentations. So this will be September 17th from 10 to 4, and it's all going to be down below on the fire department level.
Oh, okay.
Back behind the museum to the east and the north.
Sure, that field.
Yes,
right
the field
next
there.
to the rock pile there. Okay.
Yep, the fire department's very generous. They let us use that pretty much anytime we'd like for programs.
Oh, good.
Yeah, it's a good partnership. And so you're welcome to park up at the upper level and walk down the steps. We have a oil field tank battery stairway there. So it's,
sure.
But if you need, you're also welcome to park down below on our property and walk over to the tables, the events, the activities.
All right. And you have one more September event, right?
Yes. Oh, and I should say, I forgot to mention.
Go back.
That event is free.
Oh.
And the entire museum is free that day because September 17th happens to be Smithsonian Museum Day across the country. So we are offering free admission for that special day. So anytime 8 to 5, you can come and see the museum. 10 to 4 is the event, and it's all free that day.
All right.
Yep. Thank you.
Yeah. Sorry.
And the other thing in September is we're going to be out at the Mega Mixer, the Chamber of Commerce Mega Mixer, which is it's Tuesday, September 20th this year.
Okay.
It's out at Camplex. And if you've been to a Chamber Mixer, it's usually hosted by one business. This event the Chamber does in the fall where the businesses all come together, the businesses, nonprofits, community organizations come together to promote what they're doing. And so we'll be out at Camplex. We'll have membership brochures for the Museum Association. We'll have a volunteer sign-up sheet, always looking for great volunteers. And we will have some historical information as well for people to learn about the history of this region.
Sure. Get a little sample of kind of what you guys offer.
Absolutely. Yep.
All right.
And it's a chance for them to ask questions about how they can help, about membership, about museum programs, exhibits. I will be there, so anything goes. Any questions, bring them. That's a great time to catch me captive. So I don't have any other meetings, no events.
Yep.
So September 20th at Camplex.
All right. And I know every month we have things from the gift shop.
Yeah. Before we do that, I just want to mention a few October events just to pique your interest a little bit if you're watching in September. 3 events, all within a week. October 13th, we're hosting Bob Richard. Bob is a author, historian, photographer, tour guide. He's a bit of a Renaissance man, that's what I call him. He's from Cody, and he's going to come over and talk about the history of Yellowstone National Park. So his presentation is Yellowstone Country 150 Years. And he has a great collection of photos to draw upon because his father was a professional photographer in the Cody area. So took a lot of images of the park. And then his grandfather took tourist excursions into the park before the automobile. So they've got great pictures of that. So his connection to the park is very deep, and so he's gonna talk a little bit about that history, and that'll really be the first time we've done a Yellowstone program this year during the anniversary. So October 13th, October 15th, we're hosting the Prairie Pens. We're partnering with them on a ekphrastic poetry and prose event.
Okay.
What
does that mean?
Yes.
I do not know.
I did not know what it was either, I have to admit. Ekphrastic poetry is poetry that is created, written, based on something you see. So an object or a historic image or an exhibit or sometimes nature.
Okay. I could see why they would do that at the Rockpile. There are all kinds of objects and images in the Rockpile.
Absolutely. So you could sit and look at a saddle and be inspired by the saddle, or a wagon, or maybe it is a lady's hat, or a piece of railroad equipment, or maybe it's a historic image of Gillette and you're writing a poetry about early day Gillette. So this is going to be October 15th. I'll bring more information for next month's show, but it is a free event as well. It'll be 1 to 5. So if you're interested, just mark that on your calendar, October 15th. And then October 20th, we'll have a Schools Out Fall Craft Day.
Okay.
That'll be parent-teacher conferences, first one of the year.
Oh, sure.
And so there's no school, and so we're inviting the students of the community to come in and do some crafts. So again, I'll bring more information next month.
All right.
That's a little teaser for October.
October.
No.
Okay. And then we have, I'm not jumping the gun again, am I?
No, you're not. Then we have the good stuff, right?
Okay.
I brought one book. I didn't bring a ton this month. But Creating the National Park Service I thought was a good one to bring since we're going to have Bob out to talk about Yellowstone. Bob worked as a park ranger as well for a number of years before he went into the service. And you'll see pictures of him in his uniform, and he'll talk about his horse. One of his horses was very special. But this is kind of talks about how the Park Service came about, the early leaders, the early visionaries for kind of setting that, what is really truly kind of an American creation, a Park Service like that where we set aside our great lands for the future. So this one is $24.95. It's Oklahoma Press, if you're interested in that. But that's at the gift shop. And then, of course, it's time for the historical calendars.
Oh,
this 2023 calendar is finally out. $10 is all.
Oh.
So these are great calendars. We've got a bunch of them, but they will go fast, especially as Christmas gets closer and closer. We've got a couple of good members that buy big chunks of these. So if you're interested, please come get them before we're sold out. Each month has a historical photo of Wyoming. Here we've got the Cambria Concert Band from the Newcastle area.
Oh, okay.
Cambria was north of Newcastle. It was a coal mining town. And we do have a Gillette photo in here this year.
Oh.
So let's pull that one out while we're here. That's Buffalo. There's a Buffalo photo. Oh, there it is. So April is Gillette. It says, view of Gillette and Town Improvement Project circa 1919 from the American Heritage Center.
Okay.
It is in fact not 1919.
Oh.
This is a little bit later on. These are the gentlemen that are building what becomes City Park.
Oh, okay.
And City Park at that time was known as Washington Bicentennial Memorial Park to honor the 200th anniversary of President Washington's birth. And so they're building not only the City Park, but the football field at the high school,
Okay.
which is now the kind of the bowl that Twin Spruce Junior High football field sits in.
Right.
That's-
Because
that's
Twin
the-
Spruce was the original high school.
Yep, the location
Okay.
of the high school, for sure, yeah. So, but it's great to have that included. You can see the Episcopal Church, the high school, the old school building, some of the railroad facilities. It's pretty neat. So this is, I believe, early 30s, because these gentlemen are public works employees.
Okay.
So I'd have to look that up for sure, but I know it's not 1919. Either way, come and get one for yourself at the museum gift shop. It's open when we're open, 8 to 5, Monday through Saturday.
All right. And is there anything else you'd like to share for this month?
No, just really consider joining the Museum Association. Members get in free. So it's the cheapest way to join us, to come back often, and to provide a little bit of support for what we do through programs and exhibits and recreational opportunities. So the Rockpile Museum Association is, you can sign up at the museum or online through their website, which is escaping me. But if you go to our website, rockpilemuseum.com, you can get linked over to theirs.
All right.
Thank you, Jason.
Yeah. Thank you.